Hey guys, welcome to my channel again. And today I'm going to be talking about hydroponics and how do we garden either indoors where we don't have a big backyard or in places where there's only little light. So you really don't need the soil but can grow your plants in a hydroponic solution. And it's really easy and simple. And I grow my stuff at home with the things that I have. So let me quickly talk about what are the things that you need so you keep them all ready, and then I'll show you how to go about the process of the hydroponic gardening. The only thing that you would have to buy is the hydroponic nutrient, and I'll just show you what you need to purchase. Apart from that, you can pretty much do with the things at home. So the solution that you would need to buy, or the nutrient that you would need to buy, is called the Masterblend. And don't worry, I'll put a link to what this is all about and where you can purchase it from on my description, and you can always go from that. It's called the Master Blend for Hydrophonic. It is 41838, and when you purchase the Master Blend, it also comes with the Epsom salt and with the calcium nitrate. So we would need this, the calcium nitrate, and the Epsom salt, and the way we mix it, I'll quickly show you. Clean up 1 gallon of the milk can, clean it up really thoroughly, and then I have a little bit of the hot water filled in this. And the reason why I have the hot water is because it's able to mix all of the salts very easily and get it dissolved very quickly. And the way we do it is I put 1 gram of Epsom salt, and you can get these at the Dollar Tree stores, or the spoon that has the measurement. 1 gram of the Epsom salt, 2 grams of the calcium nitrate, so 2 spoonfuls of the calcium nitrate, and 2 spoons full of the Master Blend. And the important thing is to thoroughly shake it. So I'm going to shake it thoroughly for a few seconds. Okay, I quickly check if there's any dissolved salt underneath, and I don't see any. So they have dissolved really well. And then I just fill it up with tap water all the way till the top, so that for 1 gallon of water, we have 2 grams of the Master Blend, 2 grams of the calcium nitrate, and 1 gram of the Epsom salt or the magnesium sulfate. Again, all the details will be in the description. You can take a look at it. And that's all you would need to start your hydroponic gardening. So I'll keep this separate. I have a blend already mixed up all the way till the top. And again, a lot of people buy the pH meter to measure if it's alkaline or acidic, and there is you have to get it from the store. I would recommend not doing that. If you just follow 2, 2, and 1 for 1 gallon of water, that's good enough. So I keep it separate. And the end product is what we would need to make. So what I usually do is I collect all of these pots that we get from the store after we plant, and that is what I'm going to use as a base, as a container for the plant. And I drill extra holes in the base of the pot, and I also slit a little bit at the sides. So I make these slits with the sides with a knife so that the plants can breathe. So at the end of the day, it looks like this. There are a lot of side slits that we make, and there is one hole in the center so that the roots can come out as well. So this is from an old pot that I reused, and then I put the plant in. So the pot is ready. The next thing we want to do is to have a growing medium, and usually the growing medium can be any nutrient. I pick up, I grow orchids, so there is like the orchid mix, just like the tan bark, and I will also show it to you. You can use this, or you can use what is called as the Rockwool, And the Rockwool is also a good growing medium, but you have to purchase it from the store. It's not that expensive. It's about like a whole tray of Rockwool maybe like costs less than like $10. You will, but this one you will have to soak it in the water and for about 30 seconds. And once you soak it in the water for 10 seconds, it becomes soggy, and you can use and you can put the plant into this and put it into your mesh cup, or you can put it into your potting cup. The Yeah, and the third growing medium that you could use is a pebble clay. And the pebble clay is also a good grow medium that you could use instead of the tan bark or the orchid mix or the rock wool. You can just put them into the mesh cup, and I'll show you in a minute. If you don't have any of these pots in your home, you can actually buy the mesh cups, and these are the mesh cups. And again, you can get them at any online store or at any store that sells the hydroponics. And these come in different sizes, like 2 inches or 3 inches, based on your plant. You can do it. So what I do is I take the plant, the seedlings that you have grown, wash it if you've grown it in the soil, and all you would need to do is just put it through this. Yeah, and you put it inside the mesh cup or your potting or your pot. Make sure the roots come out a little bit, and even if the roots don't come out a little bit, that's totally fine. The roots after a few days will grow from the sides. You fill any pot that you have, either like a yogurt jar with the cap, or you can go buy any kind of like box from the store that you want to use, and you can use that as your container. You put the mesh cup on top of it. You can either drill a hole or cut a hole, and I'll just quickly show you how to do it on the cap of the cup. And if you just look through it, you will see through the light the bottom of the cup. I usually take a marker and mark it slightly below the cup. There has to be a small gap, maybe a half-inch gap, between the end of the mesh cup or any container till the area that you need to fill the nutrient to. So I usually take a marker, mark it half an inch below it, and then put the mesh cup on top of it, and that's all you would need to do. And maybe like once in 14 days you can take a look at it and see how the growth is. And one very important thing, you always need to cover your can you come and hold, Sanjay? Yeah, one important thing that you would need to do is, can you just hold this? You would need to cover the pot up with any kind of like either brown paper or any dark colored paper. And the reason being, if you do not cover it, the light will cause it to create algae, and we don't want the algae to be in the water. So we want to prevent light from going down. So we always make sure that take any brown paper or anything that you may have. Some people also just spray paint it. It's up to you. Just make sure that the light doesn't go inside. Yeah, and again, I just wanted to show you a few different ways of doing it on if you don't have the rock wool, don't worry. If you have these kind of sponge or noodle that you can get from the store, you can use that as well.
Pool noodles.
The pool noodles, and make a small incision in the corner, and then put the seedling through that. And what this does is just to keep the whole plant upright, and it protects it as it grows as well. So I also use one of this. And the other easier way is to put it through the pot that I made the hole in. Make sure that
You find the root.
you find the root. Yeah, you can either put the pebbles on the sides, just from a grow medium perspective, or you can put anything else that doesn't truly like cut the or injure the plants. And all we need to do is, again, like I said, since this is an eggplant, it's going to grow tall and big. So I use the painter's pot, that painter's can that the painters had left behind. So I use that, and the same thing. Just look through in the sunlight. Make sure that half an inch below the cup is where is how much you fill the nutrients to, and then you can leave it there to grow. Make sure that you keep it in a brightly lit place or closer to a window if you're growing it in indoors. And this is how you will see the roots grow after like 2 weeks. And this is a bitter gourd plant that I grew from the seeds, and you can see like the growth formation of the roots. These are all the oxygen roots. So you want to make sure that when you fill the hydrophonic solution, it comes up to here, and there is some space so that these oxygen roots can also take oxygen from the water. Sorry, from the air. So this is another yogurt cup that I use to grow the bitter gourd, the same way that I explained it to you. And I used one of the pots from Costco. And all you would need to do is do the same thing, right? Fill the water with hydroponic solution, and you see there is a 1 inch to a half inch gap, and that's really good. And you see the roots are really healthy, and then you will see the plants grow really, really well as compared to the soil. If you see that the water is getting evaporated and it is 2 inches down, you can always feel free to refill. But again, the important thing is to make sure that you keep it covered um, for the plants to grow. And just wanted to tell you that you can reuse any of your water bottles, pots to grow the plants. So I'm just trying to grow all of the Indian plants, like the eggplant. I want to try how it comes out, the bitter gourd and how it tries to come out, and also some of the mint and other stuff. So if you have any questions, do let me know. It's really very easy to do and grow, and the only thing that you would need to buy is the Masterblend.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another eggplant that I wanted to show you, and it's really easy. You can just cut a 2 inch hole based on the size of your pot. It's really no big rocket science, and all you need to do is make sure that it fits into this, and you can see the roots already growing really well on this eggplant.
Okay, so the email will be in the description box below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.